My full name is Sanana Raguraman and I'm going to Macquarie University.
Yay!
I've done 3 GAMSAT attempts and my biggest weakness was always section 3. Like, I got a 53 the first time and then a 51 the second time. But then I had heaps of power calls with the science specialist and I focused on my technique rather than my study, and I bumped that up to a 70. So the science was my weakness, but it turned out to be a strength. So yeah. Those were probably the best resource that the bootcamp offered for me personally, because there were a lot of times where I was super stuck on a science question and the science specialist would explain it in a way that made so much sense. And he also gave me heaps of strategies to help with other questions as well, and that was really useful. Aside from the specialist power calls, I think also the interview preparation. I got pretty lucky because since there were only, I think, 2 of us attending the interview group calls for Macquarie, I got quite a few chances to practice with Dr. Tom, and the strategies and feedback I got were invaluable. I feel like the whole application process and the GAMSAT, there's a lot of ambiguity to it, so it's really easy to feel lost. But with you guys sort of guiding me and giving me advice on things I can improve, I did feel a lot more reassured. At first, I was conscious of the fact that it was pretty expensive, but you get so much out of it, and I've done a couple of GAMSAT attempts with the bootcamp, and every single time you guys put in just as much effort into me, and that really meant a lot, and I got so much support aside from just the resources, and that was what I needed when I joined the bootcamp. And when I decided to do the bootcamp, I had done 1 attempt of the GAMSAT and I had exhausted all of the materials that I already had. So I was looking for another program to join just to get more practice materials. And then I attended the session that you guys had here in Brisbane, and you talked about how you've got all these strategies and all the things you offered, like power calls and all that, and that was what sort of appealed to me, which is what made me decide to go with the bootcamp. Probably just thank you. I've had a couple of power calls with Dr. Tom to redo my prep plan after a couple of GAMSAT attempts, and the whole time he was very non-judgmental, and he gave me constructive feedback and specific feedback that put me on the right course, and no one else could do that. I couldn't do that for myself even, so I'm really grateful for that.